in Cuba, it's unified government, central government run training. The central government controls entirely the pedagogical universities, and they control what's taught in the pedagogical universities, and they control who is teaching in the pedagogical universities and what they're teaching, okay? And it's exactly the opposite in Chile and Brazil and the United States, by the way. So state regulation is incredibly important. At least that's my point of view, and there's no way you can get out from under that. So I put those two things first. Then we get to the usual model, starts there. And I put in here something that isn't really talked about usually in these models, and that is that you have teacher recruiting and training. Teacher recruiting and training, by the way, which is largely in the hands of the state. Even though it's run by universities, it's subsidized by the state. And one of the problems, as you know, in Brazil and in the United States, is that there's very little, there's minimal regulation of this training process. Minimal regulation. In other words, it's very hard to control what's going on in the universities. They usually put minimum standards of what teachers need to learn, and they have degree standards, which are administered, by the way, by decentralized institutions, the universities. And it's a really big problem. It has to be highly regulated, and it has to be, you have to make sure that teachers are actually learning how to teach and not learning something else. I mean, I work in a school of education, and we have a teacher training program, but it's only a one-year program, and it focuses on teaching. Teaching teachers how to teach. That's what it does. If you want to learn, it's great to learn about Paulo Freire and Foucault and all that stuff. I mean, I love it, and so do the faculty of schools of education. That's what they want to teach. They don't want to teach people how to teach. I mean, that's like vocational school. They want to teach high-level theory, right? Well, that doesn't help teachers how to teach, unfortunately. It teaches them how to have good discussions about Foucault, but it's completely irrelevant to teaching third graders mathematics. It really is. And so that's a big problem. The curriculum is very different in a teacher training university in thing. They discuss Vygotsky, they discuss the philosophy of teaching, they discuss it, but it's a much smaller part of the curriculum. They focus much more on teaching the curriculum and how to teach it effectively. Okay? Pretty simple.